when this government came into being in 1999. So,
okay, so can you just narrate one scenario during the construction of this monumental project, which actually, as you have said now, was very significant in solving flooding issue on the island. So, how did what was his disposition? Were you working with contractors? Were you working? What was his expectation?
No. You see, the project is very unique because it's the biggest in sub-Saharan Africa. You understand? It's a project that discharges almost about 4,000 meter cube of water per second, per minute. So there has never been that kind of a project in Africa. It's the biggest. There are small, petty pumping stations, but this one is the biggest.
And he was the PS.
He is the architect of that project. You understand? So we supported him. And Mr. Governor buy into the idea. You understand? So that project has its own challenges.
So I think what we should do now is we should do it this way. I think we should talk about now the challenges that Lagos Island was facing. And then you mentioned that the PS, Engineer Nuruddin came up with this idea of how to address this drainage challenge, which was peculiar to the island, and which resulted into something that is very monumental, as you said, was the biggest in Africa. So I think you should address it.
So, what I'm saying is that the problem of Lagos Island has to do with the level of Lagos Island against the lagoon. Tide, what the islanders call Iyo, comes in the morning into Lagos Island, destabilize Lagos Island, Oroyin, Jankara, Ojogiwa, and the rest of them. Then it goes back. It will dry. In the evening, it comes back. You understand? So it's what has been happening on the Lagos Island. But we need to resolve it. There are two options. The first option is raise Lagos Island so that you don't have a slope to discharge that water and it's higher than Lagos Lagoon. That one is going to be more expensive because which means all the building infrastructure, all the road infrastructure has to rise. Some of the structure has to go. Or maybe the ground floor has to be condemned and the first floor becomes the ground floor. So when you look at that option, it's quite expensive, not only to government, even to the residents. So that option, we feel, might not really fly. Another issue is that there is this study that said Lagos Lagoon will be rising on a yearly basis. At a particular point in time, maybe in another 20-something years, it will have been risen by 3 meters.
So you have to condemn another floor.
You understand?
So it will be continuous.
So, but rather than condemning the entire area, what you can do is do a sump, now create a higher drainage that will discharge into the lagoon. So even if the lagoon rises, what you are going to do is that particular drainage, you just increase that drainage and be pumping into it so that it can be. But your drain, your sump is still there. Your Lagos Island is still discharging into that sump and you are just pumping. You understand? So that is what he brought up and we all sat down and analyzed it. And we showed it to Mr. Governor and Mr. Governor accepted it.
Great.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, so I